Welcome back into our show. This segment of our program is brought to you by Tennova Healthcare. When you have a healthcare need, turn to the team that I have turned to twice, once with a torn quad and once with cancer. And both times they did right by me. They did right by someone in my family recently. Tennova Healthcare, locations all over East Tennessee, from downtown Knoxville, Turkey Creek, North Knoxville, Powell, Jefferson City, La Follette, Newport, Morristown, many, many more facilities across the area. Trust Tennova Healthcare, Tennova.com to learn more. All right, I trust these fellows who are joining the crew right now. Bob Hodge, good to have you back with us, freelance contributor to the Knoxville News Sentinel. Josh Ward, who of course hosts Sports 180 along with Will West on Sports Radio WNML.
Got it again.
And down there from Tennessee Golf Central, I got that one right too, I think. Chuck Cavaleris, who of course covered the Vols since, 1946 you started?
Way back in the 1900s, as Sterling Hinton likes to say.
There we go. All right, guys. I want to talk a little football here first. It looks like Tennessee is probably not going to be hiring an offensive coordinator until after signing day. It appears that the leader in the clubhouse remains Mike DeBord, though they have been impressed by Mike Sanford, Boise State, some other guys. But it looks like DeBord's the guy. There is a group of fans. I don't know how large the group is, but they're vocal on Twitter. It's a group that is not impressed with the hiring of a 59-year-old. They're worried about his age. And then there's some that are worried that he's never coached a spread before. I think one of those is a lot more valid than the other one. Do you guys have any issues with Mike DeBord, the age, the no coach the spread, the resume, or has Butch Jones earned the benefit of the doubt, in your opinion?
Benefit of the doubt. I think that whatever Butch Jones does, I think since he's been here, he's proven that most of his decisions he makes were right. And if people are worried about his age, if I was 30, I might have been worried about 59 these days. Seems like he's a pretty young guy to me. So no, I trust Butch Jones. He's done a good job. Let him make his decision. He's earned the benefit of the doubt in my mind.
I agree with Bob. I mean, if you look at the staff that he put together, and I didn't know all the names of the people he brought in, but I think we'd all agree that it was a pretty darn good staff that he had this past 2 years.
Certainly recruit well.
Yeah, they did, and that was one thing I wondered about too. But they did, and also remember, Mike DeBord was a target of Philip Fulmer a few years ago, and I know Philip Fulmer thinks a lot of Mike DeBord. Could have hired him a few years back.
Bet you wishes he had. Yeah.
But DeBord has a really good reputation. In fact, I'm told he's got 3 NFL possibilities. Well, if he's good enough for the NFL, he might be good enough for Tennessee.
The Atlanta Falcons, the rumor there is that he may be offered, in order to get him over those other 2 opportunities, they might be willing to give him the assistant head coach title along with it. Now, it's a title, but assistant head coach for an NFL team, it's a good title. Josh?
Yeah, I'm in the benefit of the doubt camp as well. And you think about some hires previously. Remember when T. Martin didn't work out at wide receivers coach? They got Zach Azzani, and that worked out okay. Remember when Jay Graham left, and I think a lot of people were concerned. Robert Gillespie worked out. Now, hiring an offensive coordinator is a bigger deal than hiring a receivers or running backs coach. It's still an important hire, but I think there's a lot of benefit of the doubt.
But it's just not the flashy hire. You know, Auburn needs a defensive coordinator. They go get Will Muschamp. Alabama needed an offensive coordinator. They go get Lane Kiffin. The perception with a lot of Tennessee fans is you're not willing to ante up, pay what it takes to bring somebody in of the ilk you're competing with. And I would wonder more about who you bring in. What are his recruiting ties, too?
Well, that's why I say Tennessee should go after Lane Kiffin. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking, hey, I heard John Gruden was on campus.
Yeah, well, that's right. And Manning hasn't made up his mind yet either, so he could come back. Okay. Thoughts on that thinking?
Well, my line of thinking is it's Butch Jones's offense. I mean, he's going to get somebody in there. It's not like somebody's going to come in and recreate the wheel here at Tennessee. So I think whoever Butch Jones hires, he's going to feel pretty good that he's going to come in and be able to handle his offense. So that's the reason, once again, go to the benefit of the doubt thing. I mean, he's not going to hire somebody to come in and next year Tennessee runs out in a single win. Although older fans would probably like that.
People who are 59. Yeah. He also was at Michigan twice, 2 different stints as an offensive coordinator. Their record was 52-11. Mm-hmm. Now, it's not all Mike DeBord. There were other coaches obviously involved in that. But if you're going 52-11, I would think there's not a lot to complain. You're winning a national championship, and you're the guy that's getting Charles Woodson his deep throws that got him the Heisman. I don't know if there's a lot to complain about on the offensive coordinator side, aside from the glaring question of he hasn't coached spread. And if your resume is as long as his, at some point football is football, I would think. I would think he could adapt.
And John, I'm
Coach,
thinking too, if you go back a couple of years ago, a lot of these same people weren't happy with the hire of Butch Jones. That they
Right.
kind of questioned that too. And that turned out to be a pretty good hire.
So far,
So
I think
far.
so. Josh Ward, I'm going to quickly go to you. We're going to have to change tacks here. We're going to get into recruiting in this segment and the next segment. First of all, let's go ahead and put up a graphic with all the early enrollees. Tennessee has 10 of them on campus already. Andrew Butcher, Quentin Dormady, Stephen Griffin, Chance Hall, Juwan Jennings, Jack Jones, Alvin Kamara, Darren Kirkland, Kyle Phillips, Shai Tuttle. You look up there, look at all those 4- and 5-star guys. Anything stand out to you of these early enrollees, Josh, about getting these guys on campus? Any of these you're more pleased to get on campus with than others?
Well, Kamara's really important because he has to play right away for you with Jalen Hurd at running back, because Hurd's the only scholarship running back coming back, with the reports of Nathan Peterman having 2 quarterbacks on campus to go through the spring is really important. Then I would say having defensive linemen on campus as well. They're going to at least be part of the rotation next year, so that's really important to get them through spring.
And
Okay.
Kyle Phillips too, because he could have changed his mind again.
All right. Very good. I tell you what, when we come back, we're going to show you 21 more names that you expect to be at Tennessee, or Tennessee could flip, or Tennessee might lose. A signing day preview when we come back on the Sports Source.
Quality, quick. Trust Fast Frame.